All right. Hey, YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? I'm just saying VB filling in for Uncle Mike while he's gone. We're going to get into our reactions today. This one, Dame Dash reveals how Kevin Hart betrayed him for Jay-Z. Ooh, I haven't heard this one before, but let's check it out and see what's going on.
We kept up with each other, and I went to go see him. At the time, he was with Tori. He still had his family with him. And then the next time, it was the Garden, and I didn't get the call. It was like all of a sudden, the minute he got to a certain level, he stopped calling.
You never had access. Yes. I call it room, the door with the door behind you. You never get to that door. We always got to the first door.
I'm around a bunch of men that are doing amazing things in their life. Basically, you're writing chapters. Chapters get good, they get better, some get worse. It's your job to complete that book to the best of your ability. My question today is, are you focused on the ending of your book? And if so, how great do you want to make it?
Wow! People throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been off, yeah. Oh.
In Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here.
Dame Dash is back at being messy, and this time he's calling out Kevin Hart for turning his back on him and betraying him for Jay-Z. Now, we all know that Dame and Jay used to rock together back in the Rockefeller Records era, but things went south between the two. And ever since, Dame has been vocal about how Jay-Z handled business. Fast forward to today, and Dame's still calling out the people he feels betrayed him, including Kevin. According to Dame, he helped Kevin get his big break in Hollywood. But when Jay-Z came into the picture, Kevin's loyalty shifted. But the question is, how much of this is true? Was Kevin really the one who betrayed Dame for Jay? Or is Dame just still holding on to old wounds? Let's break it down.
I didn't realize, based on what's being said, that Puff had so much control over so many people. It's a tight-knit circle. It seems like they all keep a good secret. This is what it seems like. And it seems like they're very loyal to each other. So now it all makes sense. Like certain people that were cool with me all of a sudden just stopped, like Kevin Hart.
Last year was a rough one for Kevin Hart. Between Cat Williams calling him an industry plant, his friend exposing him for lying about an extortion case, rumors about him cheating on his wife popping up everywhere, and all those Diddy videos surfacing, Kevin just couldn't catch a break. Now, he's mostly stayed quiet about all the drama, especially when it comes to Diddy, and hasn't addressed the videos of him hosting Diddy's parties. But the internet hasn't forgotten how close Kevin used to be with Diddy, and how he would always talk about him being his inspiration and role model.
Kev, you know, I'm here playing engine like Kevin Durant right now for the people, for the healthcare workers. You know, and yeah.
I get it. You got it.
You look beautiful. It was a great move.
You know, I throw that product in there.
Things got real. You know,
brother, I gotta tell you something, man. I love your energy, and I love that when people need you, you stand up. You stand up and you show out. I'm not only a fan, I'm a friend, but I'm your brother, and I follow your lead, man. You do amazing things, and right now...
And guess what? The same thing goes for Kevin and Jay-Z. Kevin used to call Jay his brother and mentor. But so far, Kevin hasn't said anything publicly to defend his brother from all the accusations surrounding Jay's relationship with Diddy, including the recent lawsuit from Jane Doe.
I love the story of you jumping on the jet and not chipping in.
Oh, when I made him pay for the jet.
Yeah. Made him pay for the jet.
Yeah. I was going to fly on a plane myself.
What'd you
and
say?
I called him. He's like, "Yo, you going to the game?" I said, "Yeah." "You going?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What time you going?" He said, 12. I said, "I was going to 2. I'm just going to fly with you." He said, "Yeah, all right, cool. All right, but I'm not paying." He's like, "I didn't ask you to. I'm just making it clear I'm not." We just went. A great guy. That's my brother and mentor.
Okay, here.
So since Kevin hasn't publicly spoken out against Diddy's alleged actions or defended Jay-Z, fans are starting to make connections to how Kevin rose to fame in Hollywood. More people in the industry are hinting that Kevin might have made some questionable deals along the way. And one of those people is Dame Dash, who gave Kevin his first movie role in the 2002 comedy Paper Soldiers, which was also Dame's directorial debut. A few months ago, Dame opened up on The Art of Dialogue and revealed that even though he gave Kevin his big break, Kevin stopped showing him public support after that.
This is what I want. Anyone that interviews Kev, and he'll say it, Dame put me in my first movie. Why you won't post it? You gotta ask those people.
Do you believe that after that movie, that's what, like, Williams calling him a plant? How realistic is it?
I don't know. I mean, he would do things like, for example, they had asked me to produce Soul Plane, and I got offended. Because I didn't like white people making money off making fun of us. So I was like, yo, you need to watch it.
No offense, like Kev, like I've seen plenty of stuff that I but Soul Plane, I could never feel comfortable sitting in a movie theater watching people laugh at
us. Yeah.
Us. Like,
so it's not us doing it. So
just never...
he came through like, I'm doing Soul Plane. I'm like, you are? I just walked away from that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never do that.
Dame also hinted that Kevin might have gone through some kind of humiliating rituals to boost his career. He pointed to a moment where Kevin paid for a billboard to promote his 2015 movie, Get Hard. What stood out to Dame was the image on the billboard, where Kevin was shown braiding co-star Will Ferrell's hair.
So, I wouldn't braid another man's hair on a billboard. Like, I wouldn't do that. I don't care if it's Will Ferrell. I don't care who it is.
Right.
So, because it'd just be joke. I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So he has done things that I know I didn't raise him to do, but he has a different kind of comedy.
And then Dame also mentioned how he personally struggled to get funding for his own projects because he refused to take devil's money.
I think that people do a lot of taking of my ideas, and they know that if I have the money to make my ideas come true, then they won't be able to go raise money. So you might remember, I was the first person that did vodka. I had creative control before any television network. All those things, I was the first person to do. I just didn't have the funding to do it. I had the ideas, and I had to do it myself. Even down to me trying to make an iPod. I had the rock box. You know what I'm saying? I'm very innovative.
I remember the rock box.
Yeah, I just don't have the cash. I just don't raise the cash. I don't like to use the devil's money. If you want, because then you work for the devil.
But Dame didn't stop there. In another interview, he went even further, repeating his claims that Kevin cut him off after he moved up in Hollywood. He also suggested that Kevin's friendship with Diddy might have played a role in this. On top of that, Dame hinted that Kevin might have traded his ex-wife Torre for his current wife Eniko as part of some industry deal.
I didn't realize, based on what's being said, that Puff had so much control over so many people. It's a tight-knit circle. It seems like they all keep a good secret. This is what it seems like. And it seems like they're very loyal to each other. So now it all makes sense. Like, certain people that were cool with me all of a sudden just stopped. Like Kevin Hart. Another person that I look at, like, he was on Rockefeller Films, right? Like, I discovered Kev. So what happened with Kevin and I was we kept up with each other, and I went to go see him. At the time, he was with Tori. He still had his family with him. And then the next time, it was the Garden, and I didn't get the call. It was like all of a sudden, the minute he got to a certain level, he stopped calling. And now I see him over there. Like, I didn't know all this, but I see him over there. And when people ask him questions, he's real serious. And I'm like, damn, what the going on? Kev was over there too? If I could ask him, I'd be like, yo, what he was doing over there? Like, because I've known these people for 20, 30 years. You had the baby oil, you was next to the bed. Like, you got to tell me so. And why are you being so quiet about it? All of a sudden, new friends.
And even though Kevin hasn't replied to Dame's comments, it seems like Dame is far from done calling him out. In his latest interview on The Art of Dialogue, Dame repeated that he's the one who gave Kevin Hart his first big break.
No, I discovered Kevin Hart. I also had him in Death of a Dynasty, his second movie.
Yeah, you did have him in there. Yeah, I remember him being in that.
And you know what's funny? He plays Puff. Go to American New and go on Death of a Dynasty and check it out. He plays Puff. He plays a couple of characters, but Puff is one of the characters he plays.
So what made you put him in a movie? You seen the potential?
Yeah. It's like saying, why did I, sign?
Yikes. He played Puff in a movie? Ugh. Well, I mean, and people usually stop messing with you and they start messing with other people. For me personally, I just give them their space. Let them do it. We'll see what happens. Especially if I know I'm in the right. They'll be back. But it is kind of interesting how everybody is very quiet, or they've been very quiet since the beginning of all of these allegations and things like that. And it's not like the entertainment industry to sit in the corner and be quiet, right? So Guess we'll see. Let's keep going here.
Jay-Z, because he was funny, and I was developing Rockefeller Films, so he was like, to me, it was like getting artists to be with the company. But yeah, I thought he was funny. He has that I knew that that he was safe, that white people were with him, and he didn't mind being teased.
And when asked if he's still cool with Kevin, Dame said he doesn't hold any grudges. But he did hint that Kevin might not be allowed to hang out with him or support Dame's projects anymore.
He won't help me promote anything I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, to me, the amount of people that I actually put on, I should never be broke, ever in life. I should never have to fund nothing. I should never have to struggle. I should just look like, it should just be an anonymous bag with money all the time. The amount of people whose lives I've changed. If they were on it like that, I shouldn't even have to move. But it seems like the people that I help the most, they end up resenting me the most. I don't know why. I don't really know about Kevin, but most of them had to do things that I don't respect to get where they had to go. You understand? Where it's they'll be ashamed. They've done things where I can't be around. Just morally and, Kevin's choice of movies were when he would say they asked me to be a producer on Soul Plane, and I denied. I was actually offended. I was like, I'm not having another culture laugh at us to make money off it like that. I remember the same day him telling me he took the part. And I was like, I wouldn't do that. But it's great for the career he wants.
And here's where things get even messier. Fans are now linking Dame Dash and Cat Williams' claims about Kevin Hart with that viral clip of Kevin shushing Kelly Clarkson on his show. If you remember, Kelly mentioned that she was offered millions to do certain things that didn't feel right to her, and Kevin quickly cut her off.
But I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? You've been offered, yeah. Oh. They're in the room.
Yeah. So people are now speculating that Kevin's sudden reaction could be a sign that he knows exactly what Kelly was hinting at. And it ties back to the rumors about him making questionable deals in Hollywood. And some believe this clip is further proof that Kevin may be involved in shady industry practices. And fans are connecting this with accusations Dame and Kat have made about Kevin selling out to climb the Hollywood ladder and cozying up to the likes of Diddy and Jay-Z. Now, speaking of Diddy, according to a recent report from the New York Post, an A-list male celebrity who was secretly recorded at Diddy's parties is freaking out because the video might leak online. And two people close to this mystery celebrity told the Post that the footage is already being shopped around to media outlets. Meanwhile, an attorney for one of Diddy's accusers told News Nation that two major news networks are battling to get their hands on the footage.
I actually received the New York Post article from the person who contacted me to sell the tape. They sent me that article. I was not shocked by what I read in the article. I was hoping that even the client that I contacted would reach out and see and kind of alert that person that this was going on and to possibly help them. The person who has the tape really doesn't want to shop it around. They really want to help and wanted to directly sell it to that person, but it seems as if they are going elsewhere.
We know that you've seen the footage. You talked about that last week when you were with us. So, as you know who it is, and I know that you can't tell us who it is for all the reasons, right? But as you know who it is, and as we're moving through this story, and it's starting to really feel like it's unraveling, and you feel bad for the person, and we don't even know who it is there anything more you can tell us about that part of it?
I really do feel bad about the person. Part of the reason that I did come and say something outside of just to protect my own safety, but I wanted to sound the alarm, essentially, bring the dog whistle, if you will, to that person that maybe they should do something about this before it came out. Mm-hmm. If I was them, I would do something about this, and the only way to do anything is to do the catch. So that's the only way to ensure that it doesn't come out. I'm hearing whispers that there is at least one major network, possibly two, in a bidding war for that footage. So I believe we're sooner rather than later maybe finding out, unless that person comes and purchases the video themselves, which is really the goal of the people who have the video.
Now, there's been a lot of speculation about who might be in that video. And now everyone who's ever been around Diddy is being mentioned as a potential suspect, including Justin Bieber, Usher, Jay-Z, and of course, Kevin Hart. And it looks like many people think it could be Kevin, especially after his weird reaction when paparazzi recently asked him if he'd ever been part of one of Diddy's parties. The paparazzi even reminded him that he had hosted one of Diddy's events years ago, but Kevin acted like he didn't know why they would bring it up. But if you pay attention to his body language, it's pretty clear he was nervous.
Hey, Kevin, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
When I hosted for Diddy?
Yeah. Nah?
You asking the wrong person the wrong question. What's your question?
Do you think he's safe in jail?
Wrong person, the wrong question.
So now a lot of people are starting to think that Cat Williams might have been right all along about Kevin Hart. When Cat aired Kevin out during that Club Shay Shay interview last year, he warned everyone that Kevin had some shady things going on behind the scenes. And now with Dame hinting that Kevin betrayed him when he started hanging out with Jay-Z, and all this Diddy drama heating up, and the possibility of that rumored video leaking, let's just say people are wondering if more skeletons will soon start falling out of Kevin's closet. One fan said, Kevin had to change his image, and that means leave people alone that's not down with the Hollyweird. And they know Dame never bites his tongue, and they don't want him in certain circles. And someone else added, so that Kai stream of Kevin Hart acting like that, he really is an a-hole. He was telling Kai he needs to fire his friends that was helping him, but taking their time to give him things. But what's your take on Kevin Hart's rise to fame and the rumors that he's a gatekeeper? Do you think he owes favors to Jay-Z? And is that why he distanced himself from Dame Dash? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't miss out on this next video.
Well, there it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I mean, if Dame Dash put him on Kevin Hart and he's just ignoring him, I mean, looks like everybody's about to go through a tough time. So, you know, karma is a you-know-what. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike, and I'm just saying VB told you so. Bye, guys.